Extreme Kubernetes Challenge Edition, Session 2. Because if we didn't have Kubernetes, we would probably get more sleep.
Hi, my name's Ian, and I am co-hosting this fabulous Kubernetes Contributor Celebration edition of DevOps Party Games with Jeremy here.
And I am Jeremy, your other co-host, or co-host. There is no other co-host. It's just co-host is a co-host. Yeah. So I'm a co-host. Ian's a co-host. Thank you for joining us, Ian. And yeah, so glad to be here. Glad to be here at this Kubernetes community celebration.
If you've tuned into DevOps Party Games before, welcome back. Or if you were here last night, welcome back too. If this is your first time joining us, let's explain a little bit about how this show works. We'll be playing 2 games from Jackbox Party Games, Quiplash 3 and Drawful 2. But we wrote the prompts, and they are Kubernetes related. So by and for the Kubernetes Contributor Celebration.
That's right, and this makes it very topic relevant. We have a fantastic set of players today who are going to strive to kind of entertain you, or at least themselves, because they can't hear how excited you are. Use the comments in Twitch so that everybody can see how involved you're getting in the games as you watch us. And while they're going to try and entertain you while they're taking part in this challenge. All the players and chat participants are asked to abide by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which you can find on the Kubernetes website or GitHub, Kubernetes GitHub. Please remember
Kubernetes. .io/community/code of conduct with dashes.
Got it. Kubernetes, got it. So code-of-conduct. Got it. Okay. Perfect. I see it right there. All right. So please remember that, we do have that code of conduct, but this game is rated M for mature. During each of these games, you're going to get the audience will find a code on the screen, which you can use to join the audience in a virtual sense. And so you'll go to jackbox.tv in a web browser, or your phone works great for this as well. And you're going to enter the code that you'll see on the screen and that we'll mention multiple times throughout the games. This is how you can participate. You'll be able to vote on your on your favorite answers. And it does actually influence the game and the ultimate winner of the DevOps Party Games. For the episode. So if you are tweeting about the show, and we hope you do, please use the hashtag DevOps Party Games. And we do have a fantastic group of mods that are helping us. Shout out to them. Ian, take it away.
So let's get to it and introduce today's contestants. First, we have Michael. Michael, tell us about yourself.
It helps if we click on Michael's. Michael, you're there.
There you go. Hey, thanks a lot for having me. My name is Michael. You don't want to know my last name. Nobody can pronounce that. I'm a open source product developer advocate in the AWS Container Service team. And my first memory of Kubernetes was actually a party. It was in Portland in 2015, I believe, the 1.0 launch party, and that was where the whole community fit in one room. That was pretty much everything. And since then I think we grew a little bit.
Just a tiny bit. Hoping to grow past those 5 people, get a little bit more now. All right, so next we have Andy joining us. Andy, tell us about yourself.
Hey, it's great to be here. I am based here in Berlin, so it's kind of evening time here. I am looking forward to this game, finding out a little bit more about this Kubernetes thing. Sounds really interesting. Actually, I have been playing around in Kubernetes for quite a while. I was one of the folks on Project Calico at the very beginning, and about a year and a half ago, I moved to Berlin working for Kinvolk. I do mostly business stuff, but I try to understand and stay on top of what's happening on the technology side as well.
Great.
And next we have Allison.
Hello, everyone. I'm Allison. I am a member of SIG Contravex. I work over at Weaveworks as a customer reliability engineer, and I'm really looking forward to playing this DevOps Party Games Kubernetes edition. Yeah.
We're glad to have you. All right, so the next we have Yvonne, who's joined us.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Ivan. I will do like Michael, not say my surname because nobody can pronounce it anyway. I came here just because Michael told me to. I don't know anything about Kubernetes, and I'll show it. I'm head of engineering control plane, and yeah, let's do it.
Great, glad to have you.
All right, and we have Gwen, keynote speaker at KubeCon extraordinaire. Gwen, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Gwen. I'm on the development lifecycle group at GitHub in my day job. And every one of my coworkers thinks I know everything about Kubernetes. So I really hope some of them are here to find out that this is not true.
That's great. All right, and then we have David, who's joining us from the internets.
And joining from Scotland. So fun fact, most people pronounce my surname wrong as well. It is McKay, not McKay, although I won't judge you if you say it wrong. I'm a developer advocate for Equinix Metal. That just means I'm an engineer that has more fun helping people than building a working product. And my pay is proportional to my number of tweets.
That explains a lot.
I see.
Okay, next we have Ian Coldwater, Kat Cosgrove playing, Kat Cosgrove. Kat, tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Kat Cosgrove. I'm a developer advocate at JFrog, but you may know me from such internet hits as cosplaying Ian Coldwater for a joke, and then 3 weeks later it becoming a thing on Twitter. So if we bamboozled you into believing that I'm Ian or Ian is me, I do not apologize. It was very funny. And now I have more followers than my boss, so I'm pretty sure that due to the law of DevRel, I am now his boss.
Pretty sure that's how that works.
That is exactly how it works. All right, and then to round out our players, we have Alex.
Hello. I'm calling in here from the UK tonight. You probably know me through my open source work, whether it's a blog post on how to get Docker to work on your Raspberry Pi, one of the open source tools I maintain, or through my activities as a CNCF ambassador.
Great. All right. Thank you all for joining. So with that, we're going to get started. All the players are set and ready to get going. Do not hit the everybody's in yet. Again, audience, you're going to go to jackbox.tv, and we're going to post in just a second the code that you will get put in. But we are set to go. If you want to hit the everybody's in, that would be perfect. Alex, kick us off.
Right, here we go. Are we in?
I'm not.
Not yet. Is it press the everybody's in button?
There's no everybody's in button.
Press
Okay,
it
Alex has it.
I pressed it about 10 times and it's not doing anything on my iPad. It might reload the page.
If he reloads the page, does nobody have everything's in?
No, everyone's still on there.
It'll still say.
Okay,
there we go.
It's happening now.
All right. So audience, you can go to jackbox.tv and you're going to go to HEUK. Equip it before dying. All right. So we have all of ours, and there is a little bit, the audio of the game is going on right now. It doesn't get into the stream, but you'll be able to see it all in here.
It's HEUK.
HEUK is the code.
So I'm still having trouble. I'm still seeing the sit back and relax page.
Yeah.
It's not coming through for me.
Me too.
I've got number 1 on my screen.
Yeah. If you see a 1 on your screen, do you see that?
Nope.
Okay, go ahead and you can reload your window on your browser.
No, I've got a 3.
I refreshed.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So, audience, as the players are seeing on their screen, they're getting a special prompt which has been put in that is Kubernetes themed, And so they are going to start adding little quippets, little quips, quiplashes that will hopefully get everybody in the audience and everybody on the participants to also choose their quip that they put in as the winner for that round. So,
and if you are in the audience watching, don't forget to visit jackbox.tv and enter the code HEUK, because right now you're waiting for the players to do stuff anyway, and this is a great time to do it. So go ahead, join the audience, and you can vote on your favorites, because that does influence points and the winners.
Oh, it absolutely influences. And we only have 3 in the audience right now, but we have 11 watching us on Twitch. So I feel like there's a little disparity there. So if you're watching on Twitch, it is imperative that you join the audience to help influence this, to make sure that your preferred words get chosen. We are getting close. Another 12 minutes. 12 seconds. It's time's hard. I mean, this is Corona. Time of Corona. Time just doesn't really mean anything anymore. All right, everybody get yours in.
And it's time.
There was a few that didn't get theirs in.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
We'll see how that goes.
So, player-made prompt is what as code? Pizza as code or honking as code? Well, I know what my favorite is.
Is it pizza?
I mean, it's got to be.
It's got to be.
I feel like we need honking as code. Like we just. Need
I mean,
that
honestly, all of my code is honking as code.
It's honking. That's right. I mean, if we can have infrastructure as code, we can definitely have honking as code. That's all I got to say. All right. Good. All right. So the audience winner there, Allison, you got extra points for that. Good job. What's your take on Kubernetes?
What's your take on Kubernetes? What's your take on Kubernetes? So questions are, I would like exactly one Kubernetes, or cake is the only answer to any question.
You can only choose one. You can only choose one of these, just so you know. I would choose probably both. They're good. Yvonne, that was good.
Cake or death.
And then the audience, which one's the audience? Oh, okay.
Yes!
Like exactly
only
one
Kubernetes,
Kubernetes.
not more than one.
Okay. Okay, fine.
That's why it took me so long to type that in, because I wasn't sure.
The last place you'd expect to see Kubernetes running is in Kubernetes, in Kubernetes, in Kubernetes, or Google.
Didn't they make a movie about that, called Inception?
I'm fairly sure that Google actually runs Borg and not Kubernetes internally, so that's actually kind of sensible.
I feel like my shirt is relevant here.
Probably, yes, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Everybody chose Google. Let's see what the audience also went with Google.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Definitely Google, as Matt Broberg has to say.
The cloud is just my car with some pies or Alex not answering things.
Oh, that's a shame I didn't win that one.
I wonder this too.
Does.
What
Google
does an
search
SRE?
or Michael not answering things?
Hang on, I missed
Google
that
search.
Google search.
I didn't get that one.
So my browser window isn't updating anything, so I'm not
No.
sure
Oh,
I'm seeing
yeah, you
anything.
might have to.
I can't do anything. Like I can only vote.
I've just got a 3 at the moment.
I really wish there
Yeah,
were
me
a
too.
timer I could see, because
There was.
It's on the
It's on
screen.
the,
Top
it's on the
left
screen.
corner.
Yeah, the timer ends up being on the screen, not on your phones.
Interesting.
Why I got paged at 3 a.m.
Oh no! What do you do if
PagerDuty service
If
down.
page, does it even page you then? Or is that like an infinite loop and you never get out of it? Or
So
is it
you
just
can
a
just
kernel
stay in
panic at
bed?
that point? Yes,
sounds
you can
better.
just stay in bed. Yep.
That sounds better. I will vote for that one because I'm hopeful.
You're hopeful.
fair. Super fair.
All right, so make sure make sure when you're putting in your entries to hit the button to submit them. If you can't, go ahead and reload your screen and put them back in.
Okay, we're going to round 2 now. There will be more prompts. Points have been doubled. Don't forget to put in your prompt, please.
Doubled points, yes. That also means that the audience points are doubled.
That's
so
true.
we now have 10. Oh, we have 10. We just lost somebody in the audience.
Oh no.
We have.
Don't forget to join the audience. Jackbox.tv. Enter the code HEUK. This is the best time to do it because we're all waiting on the players anyway.
Okay. Everyone is joining.
So Zarkowski had some interesting comments that Cat's going to win by default in the chat. I think we have some
However,
great,
Matt says, I don't know, Drawful seems to be their game. Allison is killing it too. Allison can draw really, really well. So
Yeah.
I suspect that Allison is going to have an advantage in Drawful.
Yes.
I gotta try play it down. I don't wanna.
Proof of Allison's drawing.
Like I have a Coop Cat
That's
on my computer
fantastic.
right now, and Allison was responsible for it. So.
I need to get some of these, Allison. We'll have to talk about some of these stickers. It's awesome.
Yeah, need to do something.
All right. So we are down to 26 seconds left on the clock for
the players. 20 now.
Players. 20.
Audience, don't
it does
forget
kind
to
of go
join.
down. Time does go down. Does not go up. It goes down.
Hbox or Jackbox.tv. Enter the code HEUK. Players, you have 10 seconds now. Put in your stuff.
Did you just say HBox?
I did because I was reading two things at the same time. Jackbox.tv. HEUK.
Okay. All right. So the first one. Don't tell anybody I did this in production.
That's
Fair
easy.
enough. Or baked pizza.
Wow.
That's
Only
really
one of
hard.
those
I don't know.
is
I would rather
positive.
run pizza in production than Oracle.
Yes. And that is a clue for anybody out there looking for a new service to create. It's pizza. Go create a pizza service so you can use that instead of Oracle.
That got
heard it.
100% of both audience votes and player votes.
Yeah. Well done. That was
That's great.
well done,
Player
Dave.
made prompt. What underpins our security strategy? Tokens or Twitter thought leadership?
Well,
Oh, it's definitely tokens. I mean, there's
Tokens
no other
could
way.
be read a couple of different ways, I feel like.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
It's
go
only-
with Twitter thought leadership.
Really? I think tokens that's the only way to do security, right?
Yeah.
It never fails.
Yeah.
What
Oh.
again? 2 in a row.
Very
We've had
nice. Very
just
nice.
complete
Nice.
sweep
Absolutely
there. Well done,
dominating.
Allison.
The next SIG, everyone is joining. I'm partial to SIG security myself, but it says
Yeah.
SIG
I
eggnog
would-
or SIG party games.
See, I got to go with the SIG party games. They're just
the
great.
style
But
guide, though.
However,
we
the
can
CNCF
bring-
style guide forbids having a hyphen. So
that's right.
I would say that they get dock point for that one.
But if we can include eggnog in anything, I'm down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
eggnog took that one.
Eggnog.
However,
Though the
audience
audience-
favorite is by
Ooh.
far SIG
That's
party
right,
games.
audience would
So
preferred that one.
Audience is
Oh,
with
good.
me.
matter. Rejected KubeCon talk ideas. Everything I have ever submitted alone, frowny face, or cup of pot of tea. I would love a cup of pot of tea. That
Ooh,
sounds
yes.
delicious. What flavor is it? Maybe something metallic?
Isn't that just green tea?
Hey.
I'm partial to black tea.
Close.
Yeah,
Cat, I
feel
haven't
so bad.
submitted yet. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
And
Yeah, I'm going to do it right after this.
Yep. Same here.
I
Same,
need to come
okay.
up with an idea.
Is the CFP still open?
It is
Yeah,
until
until
midnight tonight
tomorrow.
Pacific. So
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Which KubeCon?
Yeah.
No, I
Oh no, it is tonight. Oh geez.
think it's
Anyways, the
tonight.
most useless vendor swag. Vote on the most useless vendor swag.
I would
Everybody
not mind
put in
getting
their
Dr.
PPE.
Briefs. Just FYI. I
your
really would not mind it.
I feel like,
Boxer Briefs has historical context and obviously
yeah, but empty beer
Oh,
bottle
no,
would
no,
definitely be
okay.
useless. I mean, if an empty beer bottle is supposed to go in the bin, it's not supposed to be given away.
Did both of these actually happen?
I don't even know Bob, and I already love him.
I want them to have happened.
Some of these answers also will end up being used in our other DevOps Party games, as well as potentially finding them their way onto shirts that we do. So keep that in mind. Oh my, what a
Oh my
service
God.
match! This one,
What is service
Oh,
mesh?
this is a
Unnecessary
tough one.
Both of
technology,
these-
or whatever your marketing department
Both
thinks.
of these
This
ring
is the same
true.
picture.
This was
I feel like there's some collaboration going on here.
Ian, I just remember that one tweet you did where it's like, "Oh no, that's it for my flimsy net." Yeah.
Actually
done,
knitting
Kat.
right now.
I'm sorry.
Nice
I didn't
one.
mean to be funny. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I know I said I was gonna throw, but
My video
That was too good to
frozen
mess
again.
up.
What CNCF really stands for: Cake Native Common Federation, or Cow Not Cow Farts.
Cattle nut.
Cow not
Cat-
cow
Cake
farts.
Night
not
Cookie
cat.
Bites. Clearly,
it's
Yeah.
I'm still arguing for cake night cookie fights.
same.
We need
Cake Night
that.
Cookie
Uh,
In
Bites.
fact, we
Yeah.
need to make that at the next CNCF event. It just needs to be a cake night cookie fight.
Can we
I
have a
think that's
party?
the name of the Bake Off now.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Common Federation for the win.
I'm in. I'll eat the cake and throw the cookies.
Throw the cookies directly into
All
my
right.
mouth, please.
Round
Yeah, I
two
was like,
finished.
I'll
A
throw them at
win.
your mouth, and you throw them at my mouth.
Okay, excellent. Perfect.
Allison
Oh, look at
continues
Allison.
to kill it.
Boom.
Killing it.
Oh, nice.
David right behind.
So this is going to actually explain it a little bit here, but Thriplash now is the three things.
It's in the things are in threes. So think of it like a haiku, but quiplash prompts. It doesn't have to be 575. Just like 3 in steps.
Yeah. A progressive answer is a good way to look at that too. All right, so we have 13 people in the audience. Only 10 are actually joining Quiplash. You still have a chance to be able to influence the final winners on this. If you can get it in the next 70 seconds, go to
don't forget
jackbox.tv,
to-
put in HEUK.
Yep, jackbox.tv, HEUK. And it got mentioned that Cake Night Cookie Fight is on at 12 p.m. Pacific. For people who will be awake for it, that will be the bake-off, and it will be a really good time. So make sure to tune in for that too.
All right, 50 seconds in, we've already got half, or a couple people have already got theirs in really quickly. Make sure, we lost Alex's video.
Rip.
Players, you've got 30 seconds. Audience, don't forget jackbox.tv, HEUK, while you're waiting.
Go ahead and make that full screen for a few minutes there. All right, so we have a lot of really great comments in Twitch. Make sure that you're participating. We love having each one of you that are here on watching us on Twitch.
Andy, you've
And
got
these
5
will
seconds.
And these will be posted to YouTube later. All right, the 3 stickers on Kelsey Hightower's new laptop. Runs on my cloud, doper than dope, or the thing that gets you to, or no code, no sleep, nope.
I feel like Kelsey sleeps.
He
sleeps standing up.
He has very, very clear skin. He has to be getting good sleep.
Yeah.
I have never seen him sleep though.
You've never. Well, I mean, how do you watch people sleep? Is that like?
That's weird. It's weird, Gwen. I'm not gonna lie. That's weird. I didn't even see who won on that one.
Okay. Pineapple pizza, tacos, and cake. Oh my. Cold brew, 5 nines uptime, and a partridge and a pear tree. The obvious answer is pineapple pizza, tacos, and cake.
If Pineapple Pizza wins this, I'm finding another community.
So the first one is typically Steven, right?
Audience, you know what to do.
Yeah.
I wonder if Dan has been in here.
That was the best pander to the audience there's ever been. So the audience has spoken. Pineapple pizza.
That's it. That's it.
That was very good, Alex.
Going to OpenStack.
3 wildest ideas for 2.0. IBv6 only, integrated Docker, cake by default, or start documenting deprecation. Oh my.
I would put kiwi fruit on
kiwi.
pizza, Paul.
It's a difficult choice.
Wow.
You must explain yourself later, Kat.
I'm not going to knock it till I try it.
this is another one that just they're the same. They just really are the same here.
Cat, stop it.
I'm sorry.
I voted.
I'm just so funny.
Secure a cluster in 3 easy steps, because it is
Remove
just 3.
finalizers, delete namespaces, pour a stiff drink, or preheat oven to 180 feet, pour sip power and eggs.
All right, fantastic. Good. I want to know. I feel like pour a stiff drink was put in the wrong order. I feel like you got to start with that.
I don't know. I feel
No,
like
you
that's
want to be
debatable.
like,
Is that your reward for doing those things? I mean, David would know, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a stiff drink beforehand as well, but I only had 3 options.
You only have to. It's true. Okay.
Okay.
You want to make sure you get the most in there. Good. All right.
All right, so final winner.
God. Okay, at least it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
All right, Rock Hope for the win. Congratulations,
job.
Well
Rock
done,
Hope.
David.
All of you were awesome.
Yo.
All right. So that was the end of that. Deployed Oracle was the top answer of the game. That was really good. All right. Oh goodness. All right. So we are going to. No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh.
Stop. Okay. Stop sharing. Okay. So we are quitting that game, and you should all see it disappear. Thank God it wasn't Cat. Yes, you're right, Paul. That is correct. All right. So as we are loading up the next game, Drawful 2, Ian, why don't you tell everybody what they've not won so far?
Well, you have not won a fancy bare metal cluster with extra Docker shim and cake in it. The Docker shim is what you use to cut the cake up, like a shiv or whatever. And we deprecated the shiv, though, so actually you just have to eat the cake with your hands.
Why did we deprecate the shiv? That seems counterproductive.
Because it's sharp and therefore insecure by default.
And we've got the container cake interface now, so you can just use that directly.
That, I guess, makes more sense.
I
That's
want
fine.
cake.
Okay.
interface, like interface. Oh.
Kubernetes
All
doesn't
right.
have any sharp edges, right? Yes, especially not by default. There are
Well,
no sharp
the logo
edges by
does.
default in Kubernetes.
The logo has sharp points.
Sort of. I feel
All
like
right,
if you look at this
players.
fidget spinner, they're actually fairly dull.
Fairly dull. All right, so players, you should see. Yep, there you go. You should start seeing the new code in there. Joining Drawful again. Quick overview of Drawful. Drawful is you'll be given a prompt. You'll want to draw it in your best way possible, and pander to the audience is definitely preferred. It works the same way as we had for the previous game, where the audience will be able to hopefully influence the ending of the game. It's been going well so far. Let's not screw it up. Is generally what my mom told me every day. It's going well so far. Don't screw it up. Okay. So a shiv-covered fidget spinner does describe Kubernetes. I mean, Matt just said it right there. So
I mean,
I feel like shiv and a fidget spinner should be a prompt at some point.
Hello.
have to remember.
I may have
So
messed up. I hit play now. Was it?
Oh, you're good.
Okay, good.
You're good. Okay, so because Andy's the VIP, so he'll be the one when everybody's ready, he'll be able to do the everybody's in. So a few notes for those that are watching. The website for DevOps Party Games is uniquely DevOpsPartyGames.com. You go there, you'll get to see all about our past episodes and our future episodes. We have one coming up this in 5 days. Is that what Tuesday is? Tuesday is the 15th, so that would be 3 days from now.
The 15th.
3-4 days from now. 15th. Did I get my days wrong? No, it's the 15th. So, anyways, that will be the 15th. That will be the next DevOps Party Games. Go out to DevOpsPartyGames.com, be able to see our past episodes. If you want to be part of this in a future DevOps Party Games, episode, there's an option at the bottom. You get to choose and submit yourself or someone else as a potential player. So go ahead and
So
do
if
that.
there's someone else you want to nominate, you can nominate them too.
That's right. And you don't necessarily have to tell them. I mean, it would be nice, but you don't have to. So you can suggest the players. You can also, if you have prompts, all these prompts on DevOps Party Games, we put in ourselves. The Kubernetes ones, we're thankful for Jeff and Ian for doing that. But for the DevOps Party Games, we put in the prompts. And so we crowdsource those as much as possible. So there's a form on the bottom of the DevOps Party Games website. So you can, think would be a really good prompt. You can go ahead and add those as well. So our players are fun. Believe me, I'm having a blast. And in each one, their Twitter handles, they have put into their picture. So make sure you follow. Thank them for participating, and we're good. Gwen, are you still? Are you ready?
I think.
Shows that you're still drawing your picture.
Oh, was I supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Yes. So you need to draw a picture of yourself. So as we're waiting here, we can marvel at Yvonne's. Yvonne's looks like he's done a good wide eye look at us. We have Allison, who's just added the headset she's wearing. That's good. Cat is of course a cat.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's good. Rock Code, David looks like he has about the same drawing skills as I do, because that's about what I do.
It's a Stargate symbol with a head on it.
Oh, wow, that went dark real quickly.
Okay.
We definitely need to.
Jeremy, none of us can see the screen because you haven't.
Oh, that's right. Nobody can because we're still waiting. Okay.
But we're imagining amazing things.
I'm just kind of talking. I can't show the screen yet, Paul, because we just now got Gwen had signed in. All right, so Andy, go ahead and sign us in. Everybody's in.
Is it working? I may have to refresh. I'm using my son's Android tablet.
Okay, we are in.
There we go.
Clearly, this runs on Kubernetes.
There we go. All right. We are ready to kick this off.
Let's go.
The screen, it's on there, Matt. Come on. Jeez. We had to wait on people.
Please draw.
Golly. Can't pick a right person to be a mod in this game. Okay, so now everybody, the participants, are now being given something to draw, and they have, I believe it's about 60 seconds or so that they have to draw, might be 90, to draw whatever's on their screen.
And while you're waiting,
like Yvonne's already just done.
You can join the audience and vote for the best answers, and in fact should join the audience because it is much more fun that way by going to jackbox.tv and entering the code GXQW. So jackbox.tv, GXQW, come and vote for your favorites because your votes influence the winners. And definitely you too can be an influencer in that way.
That's really all it takes is just vote for somebody and you can influence. Or so I've heard. That's all you really have to do to be an influencer.
Or just shitpost on Twitter a lot.
Or just shitpost. That's the only reason Matt Stratton's become an influencer is all his shitposting.
He's a cheese influencer now, actually, I believe.
Oh, is he now switched to cheese?
Yeah.
How do you get a cheese influencer on Twitter? Like,
I mean, you just become Pete Cheslock and then just pick your thing. I think is how that works.
That makes a whole
the meat was
sense.
already taken, so he had to go for cheese.
You know what? Actually, Matt's thing might just be being mean to Pete Cheslock. I think
that is a service.
It is a service.
Yeah,
and we thank him for that.
All right, so we are now ready. Audience, make sure you're joined in. And what is
this? Is it? It's a shopping cart that they're eating into the sun.
It's
a wheelbarrow going down.
Is this a baby leaping out of a carriage?
Or
Like-
are they throwing them down the hill and they're trying to hold back?
Wait, did somebody put their picture as K3S?
Is that Docker Shim
Yeah.
in that trolley?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's interesting.
I shouldn't have said that.
I don't, that doesn't, huh. I'm still intrigued by what's on wheels.
Yeah, the cart is.
Or is this somebody standing up, leaning over, and they just have really big feet? Circular feet?
I have questions.
Somebody's deleted the wrong Kubernetes cluster. They didn't set their context, and now they're having to.
All right, a couple more seconds. Everybody get theirs in. All right, we have a couple that didn't get in there. So some of these answers will...
Potpourri, CRI
okay.
pulling, Yeet, AWS, runaway containers, baby computers, pods,
Pods.
testing in production, or taking your pet RPI cluster for a walk.
Okay, it's good.
All right.
So one of these, the couple of these will get because the participant didn't get their entry in the correct amount of time, will be just a random answer from the game. So some of these may not, at least one of these may not fit exactly right.
And one of them will be the exact answer, but we don't know which one yet.
And again, audience, we have 8 votes from the audience. Let's get in there.
Runaway containers
Runaway, that's
is a runaway favorite.
that was good. Taking your pet RPI cluster for a walk. Picked up the others there. Well done, Alex. The next
And
one.
the actual answer is testing in production.
And only got points because the audience picked it.
So what are
Sorry,
the
David.
arrows?
It was supposed to be someone firing out of a cannon, but I'm a very terrible drawer.
Oh, that wasn't like a stroller or a shopping cart.
Yes.
That's amazing.
What is it?
Ooh.
Is that the Perth? Is that the Perth or the? It's not Perth. Is that Sydney?
The Opera House?
The Opera House. Is that maybe
A cell phone tower?
I thought that was the Eiffel
cell
Tower
phone?
It does look like the Eiffel Tower.
It does look like the Eiffel Tower, but then the flag.
with
I'm
some
not sure.
marshmallows in
But
the
the-
background.
Oh, marshmallows in the background at the Eiffel Tower.
Your hot
Sounds
chocolate.
like a good
Yeah.
dessert.
It's
Hot
like
chocolate, yeah.
the mountains
Okay.
from Super Mario Brothers.
Ah. Okay, well, let's find out what
Unless
this
it's
is.
KubeCon Australia.
5G
5G
brainworms.
brainworms, France.
I'm sold.
When is it going to be deprecated? The next KubeCon Europe location, bridge networking, Paris, famous Kubernetes clusters, and KubeCon EU. I think we have a theme here.
Yeah, and I feel like we could get a couple of these merged together. Like if you had 5G brainworms at the next KubeCon Europe location, then you would have KubeCon EU.
It does look very French.
Yeah. I feel like
We do
that's-
need
that
an
could
all
be-
of the above option.
Have we had a KubeCon Paris? That sounds fun.
Not yet. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm here for this.
Matt added International House of Pan Clusters. Broberg, I don't know that really, it's somewhere between mini golf and fly fishing. That's it's an interesting location.
So bridge networking.
Wow, I got bamboozled.
It's good. It's a bridge though. I mean, I could
Is
see that.
it?
I thought it was a
Kind of
suspension
looks
bridge.
like yeah, like and then you have the river
I can see it if
underneath.
you're looking at it that way.
Yeah. Okay, famous Kubernetes
Famous Kubernetes clusters.
Famous. What famous? I have questions here. Are there famous KubeCon clusters? Kubernetes clusters?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What's the most famous
app.
kube cluster?
Paris is the actual answer.
I mean,
Yeah.
It works.
I didn't come on here for my drawing skills.
All right.
What is
so
it?
what is this?
Wow.
What
They
is
did use an
this?
effective use of the two colors
Yeah.
to illustrate tears maybe coming out of the eyes, or is that just extra makeup?
Is that spaghetti code?
Oh, that looks like
looks
my
like
code,
spaghetti code.
actually. That looks like any time I've attempted to code over my last X number of years. Though I do like the heart. Whoever has the heart avatar was perfectly placed.
Oh yeah, yeah. That is
side-eyeing the crying.
It was
I support the users.
It was good.
I make you not cry.
Nice plug. That was good, Gwen. Okay.
No use crying for the child, Yamal.
I'm still wondering the squiggly lines. This is what is it for sure?
Is it network policies YAML? YAML is CO sequence diagrams, service mesh, clusterfuck, kube security defaulter, no, cryo or spag code.
Who says spag for
I feel
spaghetti?
I don't. Somebody does.
Ran out of time. Ran out of time. Evidently.
I mean, YAML is always a valid answer, right?
Yeah, YAML goes for probably all of these. In all fairness.
Yeah. And it's a
even the last one, which was Paris, you could probably put YAML, and everybody would have probably chosen it.
If you look hard enough, anything can be YAML.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to look
if you truly
hard
believe.
Anyways. Clusterfuck. Yep. That's it.
That one is popular. Service
that is
mesh.
a mess. That does work.
That is very popular.
Virtual high five.
Well done, Gwen.
Yep.
Half the audience chimed in there. By the way, audience, we have 17
security
people watching,
defaults
only
is my
10
favorite.
people. Come on, audience, get on there. Here's the YAML choice. That is the actual title.
Yes.
Well done, Yvonne. I like it. And the sad, YAML does make me sad sometimes. All right, so we have Allison. Okay, all the time. Allison is leading us here. Well done. We did kind of predict this one. Teaching to a class of containers. Teaching to some printers.
This one is actually so well drawn that it's hard to guess wrong on purpose. Okay, there are boxes, and the boxes are on top of other boxes, and somebody is looking at it.
Somebody on a soapbox. Somebody speaking about Kubernetes and production. I don't know. Infrastructure as code.
What are they holding? Are they holding a microphone? Are they pointing to stuff?
It could be it could be like a conductor.
It could be, but I'm trying to answer it wrong on purpose. So I think it's maybe like Qbert or something is what they're playing.
That wasn't the answer. Looks at butterfly. Yeah. That was good. That's a little carryover from last night.
What we learned from last night is that nobody in the Kubernetes community knows what anything is.
That's right.
That is correct.
What is it? Pineapple and pizza keynotes. Kubeflow doing its thing. Deprecated. Kubernetes all the way down. This one is my favorite. Container Maestro, or teaching Kubernetes to sing.
I wonder what that would sound like. I think
it would
just
sound
that
metallic.
much of a glutton for punishment. It would sound metallic. Okay.
Teaching Kubernetes to sing.
Does fit. Good job, Andy. Pineapple on pizza keynote. You know what? There does need to be a pineapple on pizza keynote, or at least an Ignite talk. Yeah, I'm writing that down.
Great drawing, Kat.
That was really well done.
Thank you.
All right, Allison is still in the lead. Kat's catching up. All right.
What is it? I think you're not supposed to write on these.
Yeah, we probably should have mentioned words, minimal words. If it feels like cheating, it probably is generally the case for this as well. An effective use of the two colors, but I can't see the screen, so I'm not sure. I'm just not sure there.
Can you see my screen?
No, I can't. I can't see your screen. Huh. This is a tough one though.
Ha! Oops.
Audience, join in here. Come on. We only have 11.
You got too
but
close to the
17
real title. Come on. It's so
Yeah.
Give
I
me
got
a
that
break.
too and then accidentally
well.
pressed enter. Oops.
Trying to be funny.
Okay.
Okay, so
Presenting at a virtual conference. Too real. KE. Trying to uninstall Cisco. Zoom meeting. Crash loop back. Purgatory. CNCF webinar. All virtual talks ever.
My.
Got a theme here.
Purgatory would probably explain 2020.
Yeah, I like all virtual talks ever. I voted for that one as an audience member. That's pretty good. Presenting at a virtual conference, though, that is very, very real. It's real from both the attendee and the speaker end.
Yeah. And I feel like trying to uninstall Cisco would actually make me feel this way too.
Oh my god.
I just realized you can't untick things, so yeah.
We'll see what you voted for.
I just
all virtual talks ever.
Okay, I got one and a couple votes from the audience. Presenting at a virtual conference. Okay. Good.
And you know what? This is actually why I prefer pre-recorded as a speaker. Sorry.
Yes.
I completely disagree with you, but that's okay. We can still pretend to be each other. CNCF webinar. That was very popular. Purgatory.
That was the decoy.
Was a decoy, but also kind of works.
Yeah, it did.
And Zoom meeting was the actual answer. Which I'm
did get some
a little
good,
shocked that not
audience
everybody
votes.
answered.
Yeah. I feel like that was a good one there.
That was a good
so yes,
illustration.
don't use
So
words next
you
time.
are so lucky that none of you ever had to uninstall Cisco from a machine.
What is it?
So
I just
sad
formatted
face.
all. That's just how I uninstalled Cisco in the past. It's just uninstall
Aw.
all, just format.
Points for two colors here with the eye color. It's a very sad thing.
And yeah, it's very sad. I'd make a CI/CD joke here, but I don't think it fits.
No comment.
Oh.
Hopefully my bosses aren't watching
This is Pop having to eat pineapple pizza, clearly.
Yes. By the way, Pop, pineapple pizza.
I mean, he knows. He's here
Pineapple
commenting
pizza
on
is
it already.
good.
Yes.
CentOS PR team is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Kevin from the office, that's good.
Probably has.
Job, Pete. Paul.
What is it? Sadness as a service. JVM in a container. M1 buyers.
Sadness as a
tutorial.
service.
Next CNCF project logo. Another Kubernetes release. Crash loop back off and just sad.
Yeah, this is another we need to select all of the above.
Yeah, this is solid. JVM in a container and M1 buyers are both pretty good,
Yeah.
I think.
JVM in a container just makes my head hurt.
yes.
Good job. That's good, David. Good, very good.
Sadness as a service. So good.
That is.
This is very popular.
Really good.
Gift that keeps on giving. It's good.
I thought it's gonna be way too easy. Yeah, right.
That was very well drawn.
That was
Yes.
very well drawn.
Well done.
Really good job.
It's good.
All right, so we're getting close to the end here.
Allison's still in the lead.
Holding on.
Dominant.
What is it? All right, we really should have worked with all that.
Yes.
Lesson learned.
We didn't have this problem yesterday.
We really didn't. Nobody did.
No, no.
In
Well,
all fairness, I can't read anything, so that's fine.
okay, so we have here a lot of words. It is a depiction of somebody cheating at Drawful.
It's like you think it's self-explanatory. It's there in the name. It's Drawful, not rightful.
There are a few good answers in the audience actually for this one.
Someone not reading the docs.
Good, George. Yeah. And Pop, like, yeah, ransom note from the year 2020. That's too real.
Someone
Too
not
real.
reading the docs definitely gets my audience
That
vote.
takes it. That takes the cake. All right.
So Kubernetes on my MacBook. All right, found the M1 buyer. Shitpost.
Yep.
It's complicated. Docker shim bye. Someone who doesn't know the rules. Yep. Pineapple pizza, the internet, and this is your future.
That hurts. That really hurts. Okay. There's a theme here for sure.
The 1.20 head commit message.
And this is a good reminder for those watching that are not looking at the chat. The next episode is coming up this coming Tuesday, December 15th. We have a great slew of participants. All right, someone who doesn't know the rules. I felt like this one should have gotten a whole lot more on it. It didn't.
Don't worry, I felt that about every answer I've typed.
Well, true. Okay, good.
Found the M1 buyer.
I'm planning on getting one still.
This one felt like it should have been the answer.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't.
It was meant to be Hacker News, but basically.
Wait, remember, you have to say the orange site, or otherwise you'll get.
I didn't have an orange pen.
Fair. Fair.
Actual title was shitpost.
It was good. So Matt wasn't here to write this one. Okay.
Allison continues to dominate. But Andy is coming up.
Her lead.
Catching up.
The lead.
What is it? It is an evil robot.
That is a
Look
very
at that
evil robot.
grin on this robot.
Like, I'm a little.
It's cute. It's cute. Look at it.
Sure. Evil
It is
robots
clearly
are cool,
Stephen
cute.
Augustus. I can see it.
Stephen played last night. That was great. That was good.
I'm screenshotting this for Stephen for when he comes back online.
But I'm unsure if this is trying to, for the shirt, if it's trying to show like it's a deep V-neck with or if
Isn't
it's
this the
just
Google CLA bot?
Okay.
It seems kind of a little
Small
bit too
arms
excited.
though. Like the arms and the feet are definitely not proportional.
Murderous sentient Kate's Prowbot. What is it? Coobs need hugs too, but definitely not cuddles. Bot. Prow. All your pods belong to us. Flux capacitor, flux compensator powered bot, Kate's CI bot, and Podwoman. I'm here for Podwoman.
Podwoman
That's like the
works.
fork of Podman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be. In fact, I anticipate after this episode that Podman gets forked to something else.
It's so true.
I love how no one in the project can still spell theta right. Well,
I can confirm. I also cannot spell it right.
Prow
Well,
after
there.
Peloton workouts.
I would just like to say that Coobs need controlling.
No, they need cuddling. They're not feeling safe.
Oh goodness! All your pods.
All your pods
belong
belong to us.
That was good, Ivan.
That was
Yvonne.
my favorite.
That was really good, Yvonne.
Kate's CI bot.
Actual
Was in fact
title,
the correct
Gwyn.
answer.
Well done, Gwyn. That was good.
The merge
Finishing
thingy.
strong. Finishing strong here. All right. So this is the final. Allison is the winner. It was predicted. It came true. Well done. But this is now the audience based on the choices. Allison also was the
just
most
dominates
liked.
all around.
Well done.
Allison.
Well done. All right.
Really fun.
Great work, everybody.
That was fantastic. Thank you very, very much, each and every one of you that joined. This was just a great time, and I appreciate the Kubernetes community for having us on. The last 2 days have just been it's been a blast. Thank you for each of the contestants, both yesterday and today. Ian, thank you for co-hosting. I appreciate it. Ian is definitely a super host. That is right. Kept things going. I could have just sat back and they would have just done it all. So thank you, Ian, very much. You have any final words for us?
This has been a ton of fun. Thank you all so much for having us on to host. Thank you so much to the contestants, to the audience, to all of the Kubernetes contributors, and to the entire Kubernetes community. Y'all are amazing and totally worth celebrating. Y'all are awesome. Big puffy hearts.
All right. Any final words that the contestants today want to mention?
I'd like a recount.
Yeah.
We don't have any lawyers
don't forget
in place
to watch
for this.
Cake Night Cookie Fight at 12 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be the bake-off. It's going to be so much fun.
It's true.
Yeah.
We have fancy pastries. We have me wearing a designer sweater like I'm as attractive and funny as Noelle Fielding. I am not, but I'm going to do my best.
Yeah, this is going to be a great time. YouTube.com/Kubernetes community. Thank you all so much for coming and being here, and I'll see y'all at the bake-off.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks for having me.